What if the biggest thing standing between you and the life you want is not your circumstances, your past, your bank account, or your lack of opportunity, but the instructions you have been giving your own mind every single day? Think about that. Your mind has been listening to every word you have spoken about yourself, every I can't, every I'm not good enough, every it's too late, every nothing ever works for me. But what if you could interrupt that old programming right now? What if there were one simple word that could become a new mental command, a word that shifts your attention from limitation to possibility, from fear to action, from doubt to belief? That word is yes. Say it, yes. But don't say it casually. Say it like you're making a decision. Yes to growth, yes to discipline, yes to opportunity, yes to prosperity. Yes to becoming the person you keep imagining in your mind. Because your future is not built only by what happens around you, it is built by what happens inside you repeatedly. The thoughts you repeat become beliefs. The beliefs you accept influence your decisions. Your decisions shape your actions, and your repeated actions begin to shape your life. So today, we are going to use one powerful word as a mental reset, not as magic, not as wishful thinking, but as a deliberate command to redirect your attention, strengthen your focus, visualize your desired future, and train yourself to act like the person capable of creating it. Take a deep breath, relax, clear the noise, and prepare yourself. Because from this moment forward, every time your old mind says no, you are going to remember one word: yes. And that single decision may be the beginning of a completely different chapter of your life. There is a moment when your entire direction can begin to change, and that moment is often much simpler than you imagine. You do not always need a complicated strategy, a perfect plan, or a dramatic transformation. Sometimes you need a new instruction for your mind, a new response, a new decision. One word repeated with enough intention that it begins to challenge the old patterns controlling your thoughts and behavior. That word is yes. Say it slowly, yes. Not because everything in your life is perfect, not because you are pretending that problems do not exist. Say it because you are choosing to remain open to possibility. Yes means I am willing to learn. Yes means I am willing to grow. Yes means I am willing to become stronger. Yes means I am willing to see opportunities where I once saw obstacles. Yes means I am willing to stop allowing yesterday to dictate tomorrow. Your mind is constantly receiving instructions from you. Every thought you repeat becomes familiar. Every belief you reinforce becomes easier to access. When you repeatedly tell yourself that you are incapable, unlucky, behind, or destined to struggle, your attention begins searching for evidence that supports those beliefs. You notice the failures more than the opportunities. You notice rejection more than possibility. You notice what is missing instead of what can be created, but you can begin changing that direction. When you say yes, you create a moment of interruption. You stop automatically following the old mental pathway and give yourself another possibility. Yes, I can improve. Yes, I can change. Yes, I can develop new skills. Yes, I can become disciplined. Yes, I can take another step. This does not mean ignoring reality. It means refusing to let fear become the final authority over your life. Close your eyes and imagine yourself 6 months from now. Imagine that you have become more focused. You wake up with greater purpose. You protect your attention. You make decisions with confidence. You take action even when motivation is low. You no longer wait for perfect circumstances before beginning. See that version of yourself clearly, then ask yourself what changed. Maybe it was not one enormous breakthrough. Maybe it was thousands of small decisions. One more day of discipline, one more courageous conversation, one more opportunity accepted, one more negative thought replaced. One more morning when you chose progress instead of excuses. That is the power of a mental command. The word yes becomes meaningful when it is followed by behavior. Say yes to the goal, then work toward it. Say yes to prosperity, then learn how to create value. Say yes to confidence, then practice doing difficult things. Say yes to your future, then stop feeding the habits that belong to your past. Your words alone do not build the life you want. Your words direct your attention, and your attention influences your actions. Your actions repeated consistently create momentum. So from this moment forward, become conscious of the words you give yourself. When your mind says, I cannot, pause. When it says, it is too late, pause. When it says, what if I fail? Pause, then breathe deeply and respond, yes, yes, I will try. Yes, I will learn. Yes, I will continue. Yes, I will become better than I was yesterday. And every time you make that choice, you are practicing a new way of thinking, a new way of responding, and a new way of moving toward the future you want to create. Before you can change the direction of your thoughts, you must learn to become still enough to notice them. Most people move through the day in a constant state of mental noise. Notifications, responsibilities, conversations, worries, memories, unfinished tasks, and fears compete for attention. The mind jumps from one thought to another, and before you realize it, you are reacting instead of choosing, but you have the ability to create a different state. Take a slow breath. Inhale deeply, hold it gently, and release it slowly again. Breathe in and breathe out. Let your shoulders relax. Let your jaw loosen. Allow your body to become comfortable. You are not running away from your responsibilities. You are creating a moment in which you can direct your attention instead of allowing everything around you to direct it for you. A calm mind gives you space, and in that space, you can begin to choose what deserves your attention. Imagine that your mind is like fertile ground. Whatever you repeatedly place into that ground has a greater opportunity to grow. If you continually plant fear, resentment, self-doubt, and limitation, those patterns become increasingly familiar. But if you deliberately introduce confidence, gratitude, discipline, possibility, and purpose, you begin creating a different mental environment. This is why your state matters. You do not want to repeat powerful words while your entire body is overwhelmed by tension and distraction. You want to slow down and give those words your full attention? Close your eyes, take another slow breath, imagine a quiet place. It could be a peaceful room, a beautiful beach, a mountain, or any location where you naturally feel calm. See the details, notice the light, notice the surroundings, notice the feeling of stillness. Let yourself remain there for a few moments. Now bring your attention to your breathing. With every breath, become calmer. With every breath, release unnecessary tension. With every breath, create more mental space. Then silently say your chosen word, yes. Do not rush it. Let the word settle into your attention. Yes to possibility, yes to growth, yes to learning, yes to courage, yes to prosperity. You are not demanding that life become perfect. You are training yourself to respond to life with greater awareness. This distinction is powerful. When something goes wrong, you do not have to immediately think, this always happens to me. You can pause, breathe, and choose another response. Yes, there is something I can learn from this. When an opportunity appears and fear tells you to hide, pause, breathe, and choose another response. Yes, I can take one step forward. When you make a mistake and your mind tells you that you are a failure, pause, breathe, and choose another response. Yes, I can improve. This practice teaches your mind that you are not required to obey every thought that enters your awareness. Thoughts can appear without becoming commands. Fear can appear without becoming your decision. Doubt can appear without becoming your identity. And when you repeatedly practice calmness before responding, you create a greater distance between what happens and how you react. That distance is where personal power begins. Return to this state every morning. Before the world becomes loud, become quiet. Before you consume other people's opinions, listen to your own intention. Before you begin chasing results, decide who you want to be while pursuing them. Take the breath, relax the body, focus the mind, see the future you want, feel the confidence of moving toward it. Then say the word again, yes, and let that word become a conscious reminder that your attention belongs to you. Your response belongs to you, and the direction of your mind can be practiced every single day. Close your eyes and imagine that the life you want is no longer something far away, but something you are actively preparing yourself to experience. Picture yourself waking up in the morning with a clear sense of purpose. You know what you are working toward. You know why it matters. You no longer begin the day asking whether you feel motivated enough to take action. You simply begin. Now make the picture more detailed. See the room around you. See the clothes you are wearing. See the expression on your face. Notice the way you carry yourself. Notice how differently you move when you trust yourself. This is the power of mental rehearsal. Your mind responds strongly to the pictures you repeatedly create and the meaning you attach to them. When you consistently visualize yourself acting with confidence, discipline, focus, and purpose, you give your attention a direction to follow. You are creating an internal blueprint, but do not visualize only the final reward. Visualize the person capable of reaching it. See yourself getting up when you would rather stay comfortable. See yourself completing the work you promised yourself you would complete. See yourself controlling unnecessary spending. See yourself learning a valuable skill. See yourself speaking confidently. See yourself handling rejection without collapsing. See yourself returning to the goal after making a mistake. See yourself choosing long-term progress over short-term comfort. This is important because success is not simply a destination, it is a pattern of behavior. If you visualize only money, recognition, luxury, or achievement, you may forget the character required to maintain those things. Instead, visualize yourself becoming disciplined enough to handle opportunity. Visualize yourself becoming wise enough to manage prosperity. Visualize yourself becoming emotionally strong enough to remain focused when circumstances change. Now imagine that you have already accomplished one major goal. Feel the gratitude, feel the relief, feel the confidence. But then ask yourself a deeper question. Who did I have to become to reach this point? Perhaps you became patient, perhaps you became courageous, perhaps you became consistent, perhaps you stopped needing everyone to approve of your choices, perhaps you learned to focus on what you could control, perhaps you finally stopped negotiating with the habits that were holding you back. Let that identity become vivid. Say to yourself, yes, this is possible for me. Then see yourself taking the first step, not tomorrow, not someday. Today, mental imagery becomes powerful when it connects with real behavior. If your vision is to become financially successful, see yourself learning, planning, saving, creating value, and making intelligent decisions. If your vision is greater confidence, see yourself speaking up, setting boundaries, practicing your skills, and facing uncomfortable situations. If your vision is personal growth, see yourself reading, reflecting, learning from mistakes, and improving your habits. Your mind needs a picture, but your life needs proof. Every small action becomes proof. Every completed task becomes proof. Every promise you keep to yourself becomes proof. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, you strengthen the identity you are building. So return to your vision every day in the morning, see it during the day, remember it at night, review your actions, and ask yourself whether they match the person you are becoming. If they did, reinforce that progress. If they did not, do not attack yourself. Simply reset, breathe, refocus, say yes, then continue. The future does not become real because you imagined it once. It becomes increasingly believable when you repeatedly visualize it, emotionally connect with it, and take consistent action that moves you in its direction. See it clearly, feel it deeply, believe in the possibility. Then get up and begin building it. Your mind has learned patterns from everything you have experienced. The words people spoke to you, the mistakes you made, the disappointments you survived, the opinions you accepted, the fears you repeated, the expectations you carried. Some of these patterns have helped you, but others may still be directing your life without your conscious permission. You may say you want success while secretly believing you are not capable of sustaining it. You may desire prosperity while constantly thinking there is never enough. You may want confidence while repeatedly telling yourself that you are not ready. This is where you begin changing the internal program. First, become aware of the old statement. Listen carefully to the voice inside your mind. What does it say when something becomes difficult? Does it say, I always fail? Does it say, people like me never get ahead? Does it say, I am too late? Does it say, I do not have what it takes? Do not fight the thought. Simply recognize it. Awareness gives you a choice. Then replace the old statement with one that supports the person you are becoming. Instead of, I cannot do this, say, I can learn how to do this. Instead of, I always struggle, say, I am learning how to handle challenges with greater strength. Instead of, there are no opportunities, say, I am becoming more aware of opportunities and prepared to act on them. Instead of, I am not enough, say, I am developing the skills, discipline, and confidence I need. The goal is not to repeat empty statements that your mind completely rejects. The goal is to create constructive statements that point your attention toward growth and action. Repeat them slowly, feel them, visualize them, then support them with behavior. If you say, I am disciplined, prove it with one disciplined action. If you say, I am confident, have the difficult conversation. If you say, I am capable of learning, open the book, take the course, practice the skill, or begin the work. Your mind becomes more convinced when your actions provide evidence. This is why repetition matters. You did not develop your old patterns in one afternoon. You heard certain ideas repeatedly. You experienced certain emotions repeatedly. You responded to situations repeatedly. Over time, those patterns became familiar. Now you are giving yourself the opportunity to practice something different. Every morning, choose a few powerful statements, speak them with calmness, see yourself living them, then carry them into the day. When an old thought appears, do not panic. You can simply say, that is the old pattern, then breathe and choose the new one. Yes, I can respond differently. This is how you begin creating mental distance between yourself and the thoughts that once controlled you. You are not every thought that enters your mind. You are the person who can observe a thought, evaluate it, and choose whether to strengthen it. That awareness is powerful. And the more consistently you practice it, the easier it becomes to recognize negative mental habits before they become negative actions. You begin catching yourself earlier. You begin speaking to yourself differently. You begin making different decisions. You begin expecting more from your own discipline rather than waiting for the world to change first. So protect the language you use internally. Do not casually repeat statements that weaken you. Do not rehearse failure all day and then wonder why confidence feels difficult. Do not constantly describe yourself as unlucky, incapable, behind, or powerless. Give your mind better instructions. I can learn, I can improve, I can adapt, I can create, I can persist, I can become stronger. And when you finish saying those words, do not stop there. Stand up, take action, create evidence, because every constructive thought becomes stronger when your behavior begins agreeing with it. Prosperity begins with more than what you have in your hands. It begins with how you perceive possibility, how you respond to opportunity, and how you carry yourself when the results have not appeared yet. Many people spend their entire lives waiting for external proof before they allow themselves to feel confident. They say, when I have more money, then I will feel secure. When I become successful, then I will believe in myself. When everything works out, then I will become grateful. But this keeps your emotional state dependent on circumstances. Instead, begin practicing the internal qualities you want to experience now. If you want prosperity, practice gratitude. If you want confidence, practice courage. If you want abundance, practice generosity and appreciation. If you want success, practice discipline. This does not mean pretending that financial problems do not exist or convincing yourself that positive thoughts will magically pay your bills. It means developing an inner state that supports intelligent action. Take a slow breath, relax your body, and imagine that you already possess something valuable, not necessarily a huge bank account. Imagine that you possess confidence in your ability to learn. Imagine that you possess the discipline to keep going. Imagine that you possess the ability to recognize opportunities. Imagine that you possess the patience to build something meaningful. Feel gratitude for those qualities, then say yes. Yes to possibility, yes to growth, yes to learning, yes to creating value, yes to becoming more capable. When you train your mind to look for possibility, you begin noticing things that fear previously ignored. A person who believes there are no opportunities may walk past 10 possibilities without recognizing one. A person who believes they can learn may see the same situation as a challenge worth exploring. The circumstances may be identical. The perception is different, and perception influences action. This is why prosperity requires responsibility. Do not simply visualize receiving. Visualize becoming someone who can create, manage, protect, and multiply value. See yourself making wiser decisions. See yourself learning about money. See yourself controlling unnecessary impulses. See yourself building useful skills. See yourself serving people through your work. See yourself creating something that solves a problem. See yourself becoming dependable. This is a healthier vision of prosperity because it connects abundance with capability. Now, practice gratitude for what already exists. Look around you. There are skills you have developed, lessons you have learned, people who have helped you, experiences that have strengthened you, opportunities that may still be available, your ability to begin again. Gratitude does not mean settling. You can appreciate what you have while still pursuing what you want. You can be grateful for today while building tomorrow. You can recognize your progress without abandoning your ambition. This creates a powerful balance. You are not chasing success from desperation. You are pursuing growth from purpose. And when disappointment comes, you do not immediately conclude that everything is lost. You return to your center, breathe, relax, remember your vision. Say, yes, there is another step I can take, then take it. Prosperity becomes meaningful when your internal state and external behavior begin working together. Think abundantly, but act intelligently. Visualize confidently, but plan carefully. Believe in possibility, but respect reality. Feel gratitude, but continue growing. Your mind should not become a place where you escape from life. It should become the place where you prepare yourself to meet life with greater clarity, courage, and purpose. And every time you choose gratitude over constant complaint, possibility over defeat, learning over helplessness, and purposeful action over waiting, you strengthen the mindset that allows prosperity to become something you actively build. Your mind can imagine a better future, repeat powerful words, and visualize success, but eventually, your life requires something more: action. This is where transformation becomes real. You can say yes every morning, but if you continue making the same decisions that keep you trapped, the word remains only a sound. Your new mental programming needs evidence. Every day, give yourself proof that you are becoming the person you say you want to become. Start small. If you want discipline, complete one task you have been avoiding. If you want confidence, do one thing that makes you uncomfortable. If you want financial growth, learn something that increases your ability to create value. If you want success, protect 1 hour of your day for meaningful work. If you want a stronger mind, stop giving every negative thought your attention. These actions may look small, but they carry enormous psychological meaning. Every promise you keep to yourself tells your mind, I can trust myself. Every difficult task you complete tells your mind, I can handle discomfort. Every time you return after failure tells your mind, I do not quit because something became difficult. This is how identity begins to change. You stop waiting to feel like a successful person before behaving like one. You behave with discipline first, and confidence begins developing through experience. You take action before certainty arrives. You move before everything is perfectly clear. You learn while you are moving. This is why you should never underestimate the power of one small decision. Wake up 5 minutes earlier. Write down your most important goal. Turn off unnecessary distractions. Make the phone wait. Complete the difficult task. First, read a few pages, practice your skill, save. Instead of impulsively spending, reach out to someone who can help you grow. Take one step toward the future you keep visualizing, then repeat. Tomorrow, repeat again. The next day, repeat again. Your mind begins noticing the pattern. You are no longer simply talking about change, you are demonstrating it. And when you demonstrate something repeatedly, your self-image begins to shift. You begin saying, I am someone who follows through. I am someone who finishes what I start. I am someone who can handle challenges. I am someone who creates opportunities. I am someone who keeps growing. This is where your powerful word becomes more than an affirmation. Yes becomes a lifestyle. Yes to the work, yes to the lesson, yes to the challenge, yes to the opportunity, yes to getting back up, yes to another attempt, yes to another day of discipline. There will be days when you do not feel inspired. There will be mornings when your old habits call you back. There will be moments when doubt becomes loud. Do not wait for those feelings to disappear. Remember your decision. Take a breath. Say yes, then do the next right thing. You do not need to conquer your entire future today. You only need to take the next meaningful step. One step becomes another. Another becomes a pattern. A pattern becomes a habit. A habit becomes part of your identity. And your identity influences the decisions you make when nobody is watching. That is where real progress is built. Not in one dramatic moment, but in hundreds of ordinary moments when you choose the person you want to become over the person you used to be. So visualize your future. Speak your powerful word, create the emotional state, then move your body toward the goal. Let your actions confirm your thoughts. Let your consistency strengthen your confidence. Let your discipline create evidence. And let every new day become another opportunity to prove to yourself that your past does not have to control your future.